is December 23rd.
Oh my gosh, we have 7 days of the year left.
And
2 to Christmas.
I know.
Oh boy.
Time is flying by so fast.
Yes, 2019, here we come. It's staring at me in the right now on your calendar.
Thank God. We need this year to be over. I'm done with it. I said this last year. And
it doesn't mean more, resonate more there.
Oh God, too much has happened. Way too much has happened, and I'm over it. I'm done.
Same.
We don't need any more of been happening lately.
No, I completely agree. I was talking to a coworker today and talking about Christmas, of course, under the tree, and how I see all my loved ones or friends have their gifts under the tree. And honestly, Anaswara, I told him, I said, honestly, we have not won a tree. And it's not because we don't want a gift under a tree, but it's because we honestly are so grateful to have our home to be in.
Yeah.
Because every day at my house or come home to my house, there is everybody's belonging to the road. There is their homes got people are still displaced. We were at the fair last week. This girl wanted a kit so bad, but they still hadn't been in their home. And it's just pulling at my heartstrings, and it's like, you know what? I'm just so fortunate. I can hug my fur baby, and I can hug my mom, and I can come home and, cook dinner on the stove and sleep in my bed. So the reason for the season is literally love in your heart and love and sharing that love with everybody. Yes, gifts are great. Gifts are grand, and I will give love gifts as much as I can. Mm-hmm. The real meaning of it is just to have that love and that thankful and gratitude. Being with your family, being with your soul family, and being grateful for everything you have.
Yeah. We encourage every year to, it's not re-gifting, but around your house and, declutter your home by giving away things that you no longer use.
Yes.
And, give to who will appreciate it, who wants it, who will use it. And if you're not using it, why not?
Exactly.
Whether it be the coat in the closet or the sheets that never get on the bed anymore, blankets that you have.
What's that one?
It's called Harmony.
Does it have cloves?
No, it is vanilla rose.
It must be the Okay. Cloves on the brain, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it said Alyssa. I was like, hi. I was like, it's Amy. Hi, Amy. Yeah, cloves must be in my nose. I did yesterday morning, and I had it all over my hands. I went to work, and he came in, and he's like, what smells so good? He's like, what does that smell? I'm like, well, what's it smell like? I don't know. And I'm like, it's in my hand? Sure enough, it was funny.
You have my abundance oil.
Yes, I have to bring it back for you. And this is
full moon oil. Full moon. So put this on.
Yes, we should smell on that.
Now.
I have my... And it might be I'm smelling inside my ears from my root chakra oil that I put on.
This is so good. If you haven't tried her oil blends, you really, really need to. And these little vials and little amounts,
they last forever. See, I put them right on the palms of my hands anymore.
Well, they don't taste that great, I'll tell you that. Because I've had them on my fingers before, and then I'm like...
Yeah, clove hint on my hand sometimes. Clove and lemon. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
What? How does that smell?
Okay, where are we at with the moon? Speaking of
her beautiful self.
Yes.
It is the final night of the full moon, so technically she'll be a waning gibbous. But it's a good time to start doing your initial release of things. Reflection, looking at what you do need to release, seeing what any dark shadow sides of yourself needs to be illuminated, and that you can kind of cast into the light, if that makes sense. That's something that I'll be doing. The 12 days of Yule.
Yes.
Because Yule was Friday, which marks 12
Happy
days
Yule.
of Yule. Thank you. And each day that you have where you can do a meditation or a ritual or something of things that you want kind of release or you want to enhance. Something that you want to do for those 12 days. Well, considering Yule coincided with a full moon, I brought in Yule yesterday morning at 6 a.m. with abundance and gratitude ritual before the moon hit her peak yesterday afternoon. And now, every night, I'm going to work on, as she's still shining bright, we're getting into longer days now, so we're going to have that. I want my show has been really pertinent in my life for the past couple of months, really ever since Samhain. I really want her to have that light shed on her and kind of just her and then just be at my highest self and really get rid of any of that residual energy before I go into 2019. 3, mind, body, spirit connection.
Yes.
Very magical year. So that's what I'll be doing with Yule, and it's a great time to do it because now we're going to be waning. So you're going to want to be pulling that stuff out of you and away from you.
Right.
So it's a perfect time to do something like to release and let go.
And gratitude and all that good stuff. So,
Yes.
All right, people, we talk about it get your journals out.
Yep.
Go through your journal, write down the things that you want to create, write down the things you want rid of. Okay. Acknowledge them as the very first thing. And don't use negative terms when you're doing this with the universe. The universe does not recognize don't, can't.
Right.
It only recognizes the positive. So if you want to quit smoking, you wish to be smoke-free, nicotine-free. If you wish, for
I am grateful to really addiction to food in 2019.
There you go.
Or I am grateful
that you have. Because
Right.
remember, we speak
True.
that you have.
See, even I learned something new. Or have to be reminded of something of how to phrase it. But yes, I am grateful for release.
And I choose to. That's a really powerful word. I choose to. So I release.
Yeah. I am going in 2019 addiction-free or anxiety-free or fear-free. Fear, whatever resonates with you. It's all those that you want to be released or to be free of 2019. And just think of that and think how good it's going to feel.
Yeah.
You kind of got to get that, like, almost, I want to say it's a smirk, but you want to get that look on your face, like, I'm going to be free of this year, and it's going to feel amazing.
Right. Going is mind, body, spirit connection.
Yes.
It's all about the triangle, okay, the 3 sides. So remember, you work on one side, you have to work on all 3.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like for you in your life. If it's you're planning business, good about home, home business and fun, friends.
You have to have balance.
Right. And that 3 is about. 3 is about the balance. 3 is about the structure. Whereas a 1 year or a 2 year, what this was, 1, 2, it's about learning alone, being alone with your thoughts. Now is the time to have people around you, to have an angle. And, with whether it be witch stuff, whether it be any kind of holistic healing or any kind of spiritual stuff, there's a magic.
It's 3.
It's 3. So you'll hear
number one thing is whatever you do comes back to you times 3. So true. So unless you want some bad mamma jamma, then you just got it. Would you want something like that done to you? Hell no, I wouldn't. So you do what you would want others to do, and then it comes back to you in all the best in ways that can happen.
Right. And when we are thanking the universe, we always say thank you, thank you, thank you. There's always that magic number 3. So keep that in mind. 3 pictures look better on a wall than 4.
3 of anything.
3 of anything. So just keep that in mind as we go into this 3-year. It's very, very detailed. Actually, is more like kind of what I want to say.
Not to get mathematical, but I have to have 3 points to make a line.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's even like in balance. If technically you can hear a point here and you can be aligned and you can say, oh, well, from this direction, I'm balanced. No, you're not. You need that point to maintain your balance. So
Yes.
3 really is a very
Ends in the center.
yes.
Just remember that. So keep 3 as your magical number as we're going in. And we come back into the new year, because we will be in the new year when we come back, right? Is it on the 6th that we're coming back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we back on the new moon?
Yeah.
Seriously? Very cool. Very cool.
We could set up.
And I'm off that day. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a massive day for me. I just remember because I have to work the next weekend, so that means I'm off on the new moon. Oh my gosh, love it. Okay.
There you go. So we're coming back on the 6th, more about what to expect in the new year. We'll get some stuff together, because now that we are the seat of our pantyhose, as somebody would say, I don't prepare anything.
Not me.
I don't prepare, but I want to prepare, a little bit more forecast of what to expect and how to expect it when we get back 6th. However, there is a message that I wanted to put out to everybody. And I posted this because of recent events. And I think we take every day for granted. And we don't realize what we have until it's gone. And so from the bottom of my body, I want you to reach out to people that, even though you expect them to be there, you can talk to them for a long time, or even if you have you're upset about something, get over it and reach out to them.
Yeah.
It's so, so very important, it's just a hello. I'm not saying that you have to make up with them. You know what? Whatever you're mad about, you're only hurt yourself by carrying this grudge. Right. Nobody else cares. It's not affecting them. Being angry is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. No. But reach out to your friends. Say what you got to say to them, because tomorrow's not promised. And, Gabby, and the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, there's so many I would have, said to her, how much I love her, how much I care about her. I knew it, but it was something that I wanted to get off my chest.
Right.
And so, the last message that she had sent me was that she was going to send me videos of the kids and what have you. And I didn't respond to her because I was waiting on the videos. But, it doesn't matter how old or how young. I encourage everybody out there to just get over yourself if you have a problem with them. Mm-hmm. To reach, just say hello. And, with the people that you do love and care about in your life, just tell them you love them. Should something happen, you're not left saying, oh, I wish I would have. I wish I could have. Because it's a hard pill to swallow when it happens.
Yes.
So I've been sitting in my own little funk for a little while, and really trying to work hard at doing that. It's not so much making amends, but
bygones be bygones, and just focus on living in the present.
Yeah. Remember, tomorrow's not promised for any of us.
No.
What else? Let's change the
mood, change the direction.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like everybody's gearing up for Christmas.
Yes.
And lots of fun gatherings going on, fun happenings going on. Final push for Christmas shopping. I just left Sam's and that was really insane.
I know. Everybody needs to stop. Take a nice deep breath, yes, and realize that they don't work all year long just for Christmas.
Yes.
That those are things that don't matter. It's stuff. And stuff is what makes other people happy, then there's a problem.
Right. Well, that's like Mom and I. We decided that we're going to try different peas for the 12 days of Yule as well. We're going to try. They have like Yule cookies, which is more of a lemon, like shortbread. There's apple.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that music though. There's an spiral apple bread that reminds me of bread that my grandmother used to make for my mom. So we're going to try one of those. We made wassail.
Oh,
And wassail is the Yule witch's brew. It's very similar to regular witch's brew. You do have the option to add alcohol, which is the main difference. But I always, you know me, I could look at the bones of a recipe, but it's going to be tweaked. It's just me. So my wassail had pomegranate creams in it, and then it had pomegranate seeds in it. So it was very different, and it was very nice to have that, just feel that warmth and that coziness.
I want some mulled wine. That's what I want.
And just, I feel like maybe you should bring in the holiday, do something like, instead of going shopping every day, finding out what you want to buy someone every day, or put all the gifts under the tree, is do a 12 days of Christmas or 12 days of Yule activity and get together. Put on some music. Look at all the traditions for Christmas and for Yule. It's all about coming together. The original gift giving was actually for children would get a gift of a doll or a toy or something that would keep them occupied for months. And you actually, the communion with food and the gathering of food, you brought bushels of over where you have so many potatoes and somebody has so much cake swapped, and you shared the abundance so that you all had a little of what you needed and you shared in that. But it was all about.
You mean they didn't swap cars or?
No, swap cars. They didn't get cell phones,
video games.
No,
Consoles. No, that wasn't about that.
But they would go out and sing and enjoy, and they go outside. First Friday night, Yule night, we went outside. Everybody was talking about full moon,
Mm-hmm.
and we country. So we have over 100 trees on our property. So needless to say, we didn't really see it until later on when she crested the moon, crested the trees. Clouds were at bay. But we went outside, and I was talking to Mom, and the dogs were outside, and you run around in the yard and just running around. And we were there, and the lights were out. We had a little bit of battery-operated garland that we put out. And I was like, I feel like I'm camping out here. The trees the wind was blowing. It really was just this beautiful time outside and in nature. And honestly, that's kind of one of the things, even though, yes, it's cold, bundle up, dress warm, come in, have some wassail, hot cook, whatever you want. And then just experience nature. And that was one of the beautiful things about Yule on Friday, is that I was getting ready to go to work, stepped outside to take care of the dogs, and I didn't realize how it was. And the moment I stepped outside, it was like all I could think about was change. Wind in itself can represent change. If you think about it, when it's real windy, if you go out and you stand outside, if it affects you while it affects me, it literally flows through me, and it's literally just cleanses all of that energy and just revives me, and just, it's an amazing feeling. I actually drove with windows down in my truck, and my seat spots were flying around. I actually had to wind my windows up because it was so windy. But it was just that renewed and invigorated and ready, and it made me feel alive again. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I actually was talking to Mom, and I said, I feel like her is trying to cleanse herself in so many ways, whether it be with rain, fire, wind. I don't know if any mudslides. I haven't heard about that in the news. But if you think about it, it's she's giving herself an all-around element cleansing, where you have all these wind things like that. And I know it's sad for the people to endure it. And I'm not making that a light of that in any way, but I feel like she's going through that elemental shift, especially with just everything going on. And I feel like it's, even though it's hard right now, it's going to be so much better when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So,
and we learn from every day, we learn from season to season, and with this learning, especially with natural disasters, it creates new idea
Community.
from it. It creates community. It creates all these kinds of things. Like, for example, how many years ago there was no hurricane-proofing houses. Now we have hurricane-proofing houses. Now, now we're building structures stronger. Now we're looking at what kind of ground we build on.
Right.
And funny enough that this comes up, the other day, Mom and I we were watching the History Channel, and they were talking about how they extended the Autobahn, and a part of the Autobahn started to crumble and fall apart. So they had to stop, and now they're rebuilding. But what the whole thing was that underneath all of the dirt is water. It was an original river, but there's still water underneath that.
Right.
So what they had done was they had packed a dirt on top of bog area and then put the cement down to build it. But of course it fell apart because there's no
water.
So they are talking about this new structure. They're putting pillars down, through water, through to the other side, to the actual earth.
Right.
Connecting it to the earth. It makes it a stronger structure. So if we look at just that idea, and especially what has gone, in this past year in our area, they're rebuilding houses a lot differently.
Yes, they are.
They're making things a lot more sound. In the area that Maiden Minx lives in, they're rebuilding differently.
They are.
Here, God, up on the highways, we've had sinkholes,
whole washed away. I mean, you go, and it didn't hit a specific area and hit the low income or poverty stricken. It didn't hit it hit everybody. It hit, and forgive me, anything negative, and don't take this negatively, but the ritzy ones, and it hit the poor people, the mid-grade people. You know what I mean?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody
it
was
did not
affected.
discriminate.
Right.
I mean, you go up the road here, there's tons of blue tarps everywhere. You go, in the fall, they had people that were flooded. You go where I am, and people's houses have been I'm serious. We have a person that lives 4 houses down. You passed by them when you brought us home. They literally came in with big machinery, literally just wiped the whole house and put it in the truck and sent it on.
Yeah.
There's a house not a mile from where the whole house is on the side of the road in pieces and chunks. The only thing still standing on the structure is his front porch. The rest of it,
gone.
So it hit everybody. You go downtown, it's the same. Trees, everything, roofs.
We still have
everything.
trees uprooted everywhere. You drive. We were driving up 3 hours from here, up north, and you look over, and the trees are all the roots and everything, and it's that's still from Florence, but we're not. We have not fully recovered. I don't think that we. In theory, really will. Right now it's a lot of broken bones, and there's a lot of casting going on, and there's a lot of band-aids going on, if that makes any sense. And, we are slowly but surely rebuilding. And, on a beach, my God, they're ones that were, other than Wright Beach too, but Carolina Beach kind of sticks out a little bit further. And so they had a lot of mess going on, and they were the ones that were for evacuation. And, we were grateful. We only had 6 shingles off of the roof, but we were, and we were out of for 5 days. So, it's all of these little things that reaching us all, and we're all understanding, and no matter what happens in our lives, and no matter what stones are thrown in front of us, we all have the choice, and it's a choice to take this on as a forever pain, or take it on as a learning experience and move forward.
Right.
And yes, people have lost their houses, but if you sit and dwell about the house that you lost, you
can't look at the potential you're going to gain.
Right.
And that's what ultimately is my look at, it's okay to think about the house and in a sense more the house,
Right.
because you've built that. But think about what the universe is opening the door for you to rebuild.
Right.
You have a clean slate. You can do anything you want. Make it any way you want.
And be truthful that you're still alive, you know, because people lost their lives in this storm.
Yes, it is.
And, you know, be grateful that, you know, they took away the house and not you.
Yes.
You know, and there's so many things that we can look at and be grateful for. And it goes back to my, you know, my original, don't take things for, don't take your home for granted. Don't take your bed for granted. You know, there are so many people that have a home that don't have a bed, that don't have warmth right now,
Right.
you know, and it's cold outside, or don't have a working car, or don't have a job, you know, all of these things. And it's a battle that, you know, as humans, we deal with. You know, I wake up and I need my coffee. I get so upset when the coffee maker didn't go off, but then I have to stop and go, it's okay. You can make coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to get upset about it. Not everybody has coffee, you know.
Yeah.
Not
I
everybody.
remember a lot of those complaints.
So let's go into the new year with a clean slate. If you're harboring any bad negative energy towards anybody, really mad at, you know, sit down and really go, who are you mad at? You know, if you're a boss because you think that your boss is picking on you, or that, you know, they have a bad attitude, well, they're getting a bad attitude.
Right.
You know, take the higher ground with it. And if they have a bad attitude, why do they have a bad attitude with you? Is it something that you're doing or something that you're not doing? You know, how can you yourself to peace and come to terms with all of that stuff? Because reality, Buddhism teaches us that there's always going to be suffering. Always going to be suffering, no matter what. That will never end. However,
your approach to it,
you can relieve yourself from it. You know, you can relieve yourself from suffering. It's all about attachment. What are you attached to? And it isn't always a positive thing. Attachment can be a negative thing.
This is true.
You know, so when we detach ourselves from, you know, misery, stress, pain, hurt, anger, resentment, when we detach ourselves from that, then we could really take a look, evaluate, you know, what we're going through, and can change this situation. Remember, happiness is a choice, and I'm going to say it over and over and over again. We choose happiness. We choose sorrow. We choose pain. Choose all of these things. So if you're going to choose, why not choose to be happy? Why not choose to be in peace? And why not choose to, you know, look at the world around you and say, okay, I may not understand why it's happening at this moment, and I may never know, but I know that it's happening in benefit of me.
Right.
No matter how ugly it looks. Because the things that I've learned in these past 4 days about were astonishing. So that I mean, it's true. And I had to be told these things. I had to be told how much I was and cared for, because I didn't know.
Right.
And it was amazing. People knew me that I didn't know. And I just, it opened up my eyes to go, wow, you know. So just remember that, guys. We're heading into the new year. When we're on the 6th, we're going to definitely talk about what to look at, what to look for. We're going to be revamping a couple things, so we're going to
revamping and trying to see it. See if there's any games we can play.
Yeah.
Sort of thing going on. Get you folks involved in some things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
because I don't have the other one up here.
That's a good deck.
It's downstairs, but I'm gonna try something. Don't I have it up here? I thought I had it up here.
I don't know.
I don't know
You have my favorite deck up here.
So let's pull a couple cards and let's see what the new year brings. Let's ask here.
What the new year holds.
And we're going dark here.
I see that. And I like this really bright spot.
How about that?
Makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. Sorry. it got dark outside, so it's
Yeah, sun's gone, but he's gorgeous. So what does the new year hold?
all of us.
Yes. Hello. That's a ping, ping, ping.
Ping, ping, ping.
Yeah. Ping, ping.
I'm gonna let you pull first so I can explain how these look.
Oh, that's what that is.
These cards are a little bit different.
Okay, I get that.
Yes, we're ending
in
one.
2018,
It's funny. We got
it's
conclusion.
giving us.
You can't see that.
It's the closing of one book and the beginning
Of another new opening.
Hope and High Priestess of Water.
Let's try a little bit of light. How about that? No. Trust me.
We'll take pictures and put it
Yeah.
in the comments. And High Priestess of Water. And like I said, we'll take a picture of it. She's kind of wild and free. Actually, a lot of times she comes up for me a lot. For me, just because I'm a Pisces. But I do believe
You know what? Let me grab that.
might be because we have some astrological things going on in the water signs this year. And water can be changing and evolving, and it honestly, we can't live without water. But we also need her that we go with the flow of things.
There's a little
If
bit
that makes
better.
sense.
A little bit better. So we've got hope, change, and we've got end
Yeah.
and new beginnings.
So
I'll try her.
a lot of that is you want to go with the flow of things. You don't want to fight against the current.
Right.
Sometimes water can be very drastic with its changes. Sometimes she can be very, very calm. But if you think of it, there's so much that goes on underneath the surface. So just remember that don't take everything's value or face value. Really look at the deeper meaning of things.
Right. So the deck that I'll be using today is Louise Hay's Power Thought cards. A friend of mine introduced me to these about 10 years ago. And we do a lot of personal work with them. We ask, okay, what is it that I need today? And then 99.9% of the time, they're very accurate. It's like, okay.
I mean, I must admit, and you, honestly, anybody could do anything with these cards in the sense that it's, if you read from the book, because it's the card that was meant for you. So whatever meaning is that book is also what you were meant to read for whatever
Right,
reason.
and remember, they only have 48 options.
Right. So you don't have a connection to your set yet or anything like that. There's a divine reason why you pulled that card. We are divine in our
Right.
own ways, and they guide us. That divinity guides us to what card we're seeking
Right.
or need.
So with the Power Thought cards, so I'm just going to add cards. What does everybody need to know right now, this moment? And whether you're live with us right now or
On a
whether
replay.
you're on a replay, this message is for all of us, for all of you. And I know that it's going to touch some people more than it will touch others. But what is it that we need today? I don't know why. Somebody's upset, okay? I'm at peace with my age.
Okay, then.
Right.
So who?
Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I'm always the perfect age for where I am.
Okay, so that's meant for somebody.
Let's pull two more.
I took a picture of.
Okay. I am safe in the universe and all of life supports me. Beautiful card.
Yes, it is.
And it says, I breathe I breathe in the fullness and richness of life. I observe with joy as life above supports me and supplies me with more good than I can imagine.
Aww.
Pull one more.
Why won't I post it?
It is safe to look within. And that goes with those
Yes,
cards.
it does.
It is safe to look within. As I move through the layers of other people's opinions and beliefs, I see within myself a magnificent being, wise and beautiful. Wise and beautiful. I love what I see in me.
And I think that's a strong message. So I can do these.
So just remember,
acceptance of who you are, and know that everything is going to be okay.
That you're perfect.
Even our imperfections are perfect.
Right. We're perfect, and everything is perfect in the moment, and everything is may not feel that way, but there's perfection in everything. And we have to learn that and understand that there is nobody exactly like us. So therefore, for me, I am perfect, and for those of others who are listening out there, we're created in the image of. So if we're created in the image of, can't be any less than.
True. This is very true.
So
these
therefore,
are very colorful cards.
Yes. So just keep that out there. Have a safe holiday.
Yes. Have a beautiful, safe, with friends, family, loved ones, soul family. Just make those memories.
Yeah. And don't fight over things. And you don't have to top last year, and you don't have to top this year.
Right.
It's not
about topping it. It's just about living it.
Yeah. And in all honesty, if you're raising your kids with expectance of they're going to top and top and top and top, you're creating monsters.
Yeah.
Because it's the day that you don't top that you're going to have a problem on your hands. So pull everything back. It's not about retail. It's not about how much stuff there is. It's about being together, and that being together is the most important thing. It's not about how much money you spend on each other.
Right. And how many gifts or whatnot.
Hi, Amy. Amy McMartin.
Hi, Amy.
She says, hi, ladies. Have a merry and blessed Christmas. You too.
Thank you, Amy.
I hope the three of them are coming together for that in a couple days. Mom's not well, but we're hoping for the best and pulling through. I am
lots
on
of
this
love
side.
and light your way, my dear.
Yeah. I am doing what I can on this for you guys. I do see the posts, so I do read things. I do read things online. Just go out there, guys, and have fun, and remember, it's not about what you give or even what you get. It's about just
how you live.
Yeah, how you live. All right, guys. Oh, they're on the way to the house now. They're on the way.
Very nice.
So see, all three of them
Safe
will be
travels.
together.
Beautiful.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
And we will see you
next
the new
year.
year.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just said that.
Next year. See you next year. All right. Have a great evening,
Good
guys.
night, everyone.